me, Reverend Lee Wolak. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. and we continue to explore this thing we call life. And we do that by asking questions, because the only way we can get answers is if we ask questions. And the better answers we want, the better the questions we are. And what we understand is that this is an infinite universe, that there's more than one way for the universe to function. And so we understand that if we keep asking questions, we'll find new and exciting ways of looking at this thing we call life. And so today I thought I would explore the idea of, what does it mean to really be free? I think that's a great question. What does it mean to be free? And here's what I've come to understand. True freedom is our ability to be authentic. Did you hear that? True freedom is our ability to be authentic and know that we're being authentic. Not only know that we're being authentic, but to really understand who we are so that we can be authentic. And you see, I think that's where there's a big struggle in the world. I think there's a big struggle because people don't understand or realize who they are. They've not made that determination. So who they're being in the world is a conglomeration of what everyone else wants them to be. And if you're a conglomeration of what everyone else wants you to be, are you free to be yourself? I think not. I think you're being what other people want you to be. And that, my friends, in my mind, is prison. That is confinement. And that's where we get frustrated, we get angry. Because why? We're not being ourselves. Think about a 2-year-old. When that 2-year-old can't do what it wants when it wants, it yells, it screams, it throws temper tantrums because it wants its freedom. And a parent wants to what? Domesticate the child. Domesticate the child to be a good child, to behave, to be like the parent wants, so it's easier for the parent to control the child. And then for the rest of our lives, that domestication that happened when we were a child, we're fighting it. We have become so domesticated. And I'm going to tell you something. You may not like what I'm about to say. And frankly, I don't give a damn, because I'm going to be authentic. If you watch what's happening to us right now, we are being domesticated. The media, the politics, the businesses, everything that's out there, television, we are being domesticated and we don't even know it. I was watching a television show the other day, last night in fact, and guess what? Every other friggin' commercial was a commercial for a drug to make your life better. And we're being domesticated that drugs are the answer. No, they're not. Do you want to know what the answer is? Deep breathing, drinking pure water, eating healthy foods, exercising, meditation, eliminating stress, living consciously, living freely, which means what? To be authentic. I promise you, if you do everything I just said, you will not have a health issue. You will not need to take those drugs. But if you start doing what everyone else is doing, you're going to have an average experience. You're going to be imprisoned to the disease that your body brings forth because you're not being authentic. Where does stress come from, folks? It comes from living inauthentically. When you're authentic, there's no stress. How can there be stress when you're being you? When it's truly you, when it's your heart speaking, is there stress? No. There's only stress when you're not being yourself. Here's the most natural thing that we don't understand about ourselves. We are flexible, and we've been given the ability to change our minds at any moment. And yet we hold on to this idea of being rigid with our thoughts, having to be right. And in an ever-changing, faster-changing world, stress comes to us because of our own rigidity, our own inability to not be flexible, to change with what's happening. Our flexibility gives us our authenticity, doesn't it, gang? I think so. I don't know if you agree with me, but it's great to be able to have these conversations to challenge our existing beliefs, because our existing beliefs are just something that we've thought and we've held on to, and it has nothing to do with whether or not these beliefs are true. And then we say that our beliefs are true, and then we start separating ourselves from everyone else because they have different beliefs. And we partner ourselves with those who have the same beliefs. Instead of together, why don't we question everything together? Keep asking intelligent questions. Keep asking questions and questions, all of us asking questions and finding out what might best serve us instead of being attached to a one way or another. You see, in the infinite, there are infinite ways, not one way. And we've been domesticated into believing this. There is a right way and a wrong way. Our parents have domesticated us into that. Society, religion has totally domesticated us into this idea that there's one way, the right way, God's way. I'm going to share with you, God doesn't care what you do. God gave you all the power, whether you believe in God or not. All the power for your life experience is within you. If there is a supreme intelligence, I believe there's a supreme intelligence. I do not believe in a supreme being. I think that's an anthropomorphic thing. That's a man-made thing. But that all intelligence infinite gave us the power. It doesn't care about us. It gave us all the power for us to create our lives. It doesn't judge us, because to judge us would be to judge itself, because we're created out of it. And it can't judge us because it can't compare itself to anything, because it's everything. I know I'm going way out there today, but I really am trying to put thoughts out there that cause you to grasp new ideas, to ask better questions for yourself. Here's the difference between the West and the East. In the West, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are all based on a book. And they're all based starting with the same book, the Old Testament, then the New Testament, and then you add the Islamic addition from Muhammad on there. It's all based on one book. It's all you live your life according to the book. In the East, there are thousands of books. But here's the difference with the East and the West. The East believes in the experience of oneness through the power of meditation. The power of meditation. The West doesn't understand meditation. Like the West has no friggin' clue. No friggin' clue about what yoga is. The West thinks yoga is going to a studio with your Lululemon pants and your Lululemon shirt and whatever men wear. I don't know what men wear. And that's a spiritual thing. They don't get that yoga means union. It means anything that takes you into a state of oneness. The simplest and most effective way to oneness is the daily practice of meditation. It's not a practice that's once a week, twice a week, once a month. No, it's a daily practice. Because to quiet our mind is the work. And when we can quiet our ego mind, maybe then we can have that brief moment, that brief experience of pure peace, of pure love, of pure connection. This is a lesson I've had to learn. I meditate every day, twice a day, because I understand that it's a process of going deeper. It's a process to release the ego's hold on you. It's a process to find out who you truly authentically are. You are nothing and you are everything all at the same time. Your natural state is a state of perfect balance. It's not a state of happiness. It's not a state of sadness. Your natural state is a state of perfect balance. Sunday, I'm going to be doing a talk on freedom from the past. I'll be addressing that in a lot more detail, but I want to share with you, starting next Tuesday evening here in Texas on Zoom, so anyone in the world can do it, I'm going to be doing a class on the 5 agreements. If you're interested in taking a class with me, I'd sign up for one of those classes. I'd sign up for that class. It's a great class to start with. You can find all that information at agapespiritualcenter.com and just go to classes. You'll find it out there. Just find it, sign up, be a part of it. It's going to be a small class, intimate class. You'll get me one-on-one and you'll get to know other people of like mind. It's worth the thing. But here's the key thing. Ask yourself, what does it mean? What would it mean if I were authentic? Who would I be? And if you were authentic, could you better self-love? With that, I want to say to you this. I love you, and I accept you just like you are. Why? Because you're perfect. So go create your great day and have the most fantastic day that you create today out of being your authentic self. Until next time, aloha, everybody.